Okay, so this is the second tutorial video for the mech447 package. And in this video, I'm going to go over how to download and install the package on your system, then how to pip install the package requirements, and then finally how to explore the package documentation. So first, to download and install the package on your system, we can just go to the package's GitHub repository. So we're looking for this mech447 repository. Here's the address here. If you just go to GitHub itself, since this repo is public, if you just search mech447, right now it's the only thing that pops up. So we just go here, and this is the repository for the package. And you can see a bunch of information down here in the provided README. So to get this, we just go to this code button over here and then download zip. Right, there we go, it's downloaded. And then I'm just going to extract this to the desktop. I'll extract it to the desktop. There we go. So now it's extracted to the desktop. So here it is installed on our desktop. We should have this mech447 tac main folder, and inside there's a bunch of stuff. So now we have, that's it. We have mech447. We have the package installed now. That's all you got to do. So next, if we want to install the dependencies for the mech447 package, if we go into this mech447 folder, you'll see there's a requirements.txt file. So if we open that in Notepad++, this is a listing of all of the packages that mech447 depends on. So third-party packages, so matplotlib, numpy, pandas, etc. So to install these on your system, because this requirements file is provided, if we open up a command prompt from this folder here, and this is assuming you have Python and everything installed, like we did in the first video, we should be able to just pip install tac r and then require, and then just tab complete. So pip install tac r requirements.txt. So if I install that, it'll go through and install all of the packages. Okay, so now everything has been installed. All of the dependencies for mech447 are installed, so the example scripts should run just fine, and we'll start working through those in the subsequent videos. But the last thing I want to touch on in this video is how to actually go through the documentation for the various parts of this package. So if we go back, let me just start over. If we go back to our mech447 package, wherever you have it installed, there's this docs folder here. If we just go into docs, you'll see this index.html file. All right, we can start there. You should be able to just open it in the browser of your choice. I'm using Firefox, so in Firefox it looks like this. So this is the landing page for the documentation, and you can see it's split into the different classes, or the different modules, I should say, that make up the mech447 package. For example, if we look at the stock flow module, this is a module that handles stocks and flows modeling. It's one of the first topics touched on in the mech447 course, at least the offering that I took. And then you can see, this is how a stocks and flow class is created, the different inputs it'll take, which inputs are mandatory, which are optional. I'll go over this in more detail when we get to the example videos, but this is what the documentation looks like. It defines the interface of the classes, and then if you need to descend into the actual source code, you can just unfold this, and you can see all the source code here. Of course, if you want to view and edit the source code, you can just view and edit the source code. So the source code is in here, mech447, for example, stocks and stock flow module is here. Right click, edit in Notepad++. Here's the source. Right, so here's the source code. So if you want to modify this tool for your own purposes, then you can just do so here in Notepad++ and then run it using the example scripts, or write your own scripts, or whatever it is you want to do. But the documentation is handy also because there's some methodology in there. So if I go back to stocks and flows, For example, if I scroll down, there'll be some implementation theory documented here, right? So for example, we want to get, for stocks and flows, this is basically an integrator. So how are we actually bounding our derivatives to make sure that our inputs are obeyed? Like, if our reservoir only has so much capacity, then that will bound our derivatives. Our production can't exceed what's in the reserve plus what's flowing in plus any source terms, for example. So a lot of the underlying theory of how this module is implemented is also provided in the documentation. So there's one example of it. There should be some other ones. Residential project, maybe project economics. I can't quite remember. I'd have to just look at the documentation. That's what it's here for. Nobody can remember all this stuff. Unit price forecaster. Is there any equations in here? Nope. Anyways, yeah. So the documentation is provided to help make sense of what the code is doing and how it is doing it. So that was a quick once over of how to download and install the package on your system. And then we used the provided requirements file, this guy, right? So that helps install all of the third-party package dependencies that mech447 needs to work. And then the documentation, you can just access it starting from this index.html, which you can open in the browser of your choice. Also, it's searchable, right? So if you're looking for a particular keyword or something, you can just search here. So I don't know, what was it? Get derivative. Yeah, so for example, get derivative. If I do a search, it's here. It's in the stock flow module. It's a method of the stocks and flows class. So the documentation is all searchable as well. So that'll help zero in on the stuff you're worried about.